Um, in a software development project, the project manager various project teams have different priorities and methodologies. Okay, so basically the problem here is that different teams are using sorry different teams are using different priorities and methodologies on their project. Because of this, inconsistencies and delays are happening on the project. Unified approach and streamlining the process and improve collaboration among the team members. What is the most effective course of action to ensure consistent progress? Implement a centralized project management tool, enhance communication and task tracking, conduct a workshop, align a liaison from each team to facilitate better and reallocate the program to prioritize. I think we should create a centralized project management tool to enhance communication and task tracking. In the middle of a renewable energy project, a team member identifies a significant procurement risk that could disrupt the project timeline. Procurement risk, okay. The concern is escalated to the project sponsor, who requests a detailed assessment and action plan from the project manager. After discussion with the sponsor, the project manager decides to implement preventive measures. Which document should the project manager review with the team to effectively address this procurement risk? Procurement management plan, stakeholder management plan, risk management, vendor relationship management. I think vendor relationship management plan is no such, there is no such word. Stakeholder engagement, in stakeholder engagement we don't have procurement and risk management plan and procurement. Procurement management plan. Is there something like procurement management plan? Procurement management plan, yes. I think risk management plan. I don't think procurement management plan includes the risk. It should be risk management plan. In the late stages of launching a marketing campaign, it's identified that a critical piece of content is not ready because a team member fell behind schedule. This issue came to light during a presentation to the marketing department, causing concern about meeting the launch deadline. What action should the project manager take first? It's identified that a critical piece of content is not ready because team member fell behind. This issue came to light during presentation to the marketing department, causing concern about meeting. Should the parent take first? Have a confidential discussion with the team member to understand the reason for that and explore solutions together. Delegate the review with the team member who exam, organize sessions with the team together, seek advice from senior how to handle the organize a session. I think for the team to collectively brainstorm ways to expedite the remaining work and seek advice from senior manager on how to handle the team members delaying task. No. Option 3. The project manager for a renewable energy initiative receives a brief suggestion from an environmental consultant to incorporate a new technology that could improve project outcome but also extend the timeline and increase the cost. What should the project manager do for? Assess the potential impact of the new technology. objective, cost, and timing. Present the consultant's suggestion to stakeholder for approval before conducting for the schedule a meeting with the environmental consultant to understand the full scope of the technology benefit and challenges. I think we should meet with that team to understand the full scope of technology, because they only had a very it was a brief suggestion, and so obviously we need to have the full knowledge about the suggestion made. So we should schedule a meeting with environmental consultant. In finalizing an infrastructure upgrade project, the project manager needs to ensure that all critical operation knowledge has been transferred to the client's maintenance team effectively. What approach should the project manager employ to confirm thoroughness of the knowledge transfer? Transformer. Schedule an individual session with maintenance team to validate understanding and develop a create interactive online module format. Roundtable listening with key project and maintenance team to evaluate the depth of knowledge transfer. I think schedule individual sessions with the maintenance team member to validate understanding and application of the operational knowledge. Which approach should the project manager employ to confirm thoroughness of the While implementing an enterprise resource planning system, the project manager receives several requests for additional features from departmental heads, potentially affecting the project scope and timeline. What should the project manager do to address this feature request effectively? Direct the department or submit their request after the event was done. Feature request no, advise the department request defining the impact before adding them to the project plan. It is in the implementation stage of a critical network security project. It is revealed that a specialist responsible for key parts of the configuration will be taking an emergency leave. What should the project manager do to address the specialist's imminent absence and keep the project on schedule? Request an immediate extension of the project deadline to accommodate the delay. Suggest pausing the project under a special then return and resume the duty. Contact an external consulting firm to temporarily fill the specialist role. Facilitate a discussion with the project team to redistribute the specialist responsibility effectively among existing members. I think facilitate a discussion with it. Near the completion of an extensive software development project, it's noted that one developer's innovative solutions have greatly enhanced the project's outcome, distinguishing their contribution from rest of the team. What is the most appropriate way for the project manager to acknowledge this outstanding contribution? Create a feature in the company newsletter highlighting the developer innovative work. Organize a casual team lunch where the developer effort can be informally recognized. Submit a recommendation for the developer to be considered for prestigious and speak with the developer to determine the form of reward they would consider most. Speak with the developer. I don't think we should speak with the developer to understand like what will be the most meaningful form of reward for them. I think he should. God, it's such a normal question, but it's so difficult. To be honest, I don't know what is the correct option for this. I think speaking with the developer to determine the form of reward they would consider the most meaningful. I didn't study any such response on Pembok. Team lunch is also not an option, I guess. Either create a newsletter for his innovative work, or submit a recommendation. I think recommendation. Let's just go for this. As a project manager for a novel online education platform, you are facing with divergent views among stakeholders regarding the balance between interactive content and accessibility features. The development team is split on which aspect to prioritize, potentially affecting the project timeline. Which aspect to what action should be navigate this impasse effectively? Deploy a conflict resolution technique specifically designed to address and integrate the diverse viewpoint into a unified strategy. Conflict resolution technique. Conduct a poll within the team amongst to democratically decide the project focus area. Facilitate a workshop with stakeholder and development team to collaboratively define the project priorities. Conduct a survey among the target users to identify their preference. Use the data to evaluate and conduct a survey. I think this collaborative lead determine the project's priorities. In the early phases of developing a new system, the project manager identifies a significant gap in the team's technical knowledge related to cloud integration, which is critical for the project success. The deadline is set and there is minimal room for extension. What action should the project manager recommend to bridge this gap without jeopardizing the project timeline? Partner with a cloud service provider for specialized training and support for the project team. Outsource the cloud integration component of the project to a firm with established expertise in. Continue with project plan, encouraging the team to leverage online resources, organize rapid recruitment drive to bring on board an experienced cloud integration specialist. Okay, extension cannot happen. I think we should get the experienced person on board. Training will not be a good thing right now because we are in the early phase. Okay, he came to know, and team is lacking the technical. I think now, okay, now the answer changes. In the early phases of developing a new project manager significantly having a team technology to plug on the project and the revenue is set and there is minimal room for extension. First and fourth are both, according to me, correct. But since there is a gap, and obviously providing a training would be a good thing, but getting an experienced person is also good to have. I think get somebody on board. Partner with the cloud. Let's go with this because I didn't like this rapid recruitment drive. I didn't like this word. and also it could be time consuming. We don't know whether we'll get the new person or not. Like training, let's go for with. Oh, a project manager is overseeing the deployment of a new IT infrastructure upgrade across multiple office locations. 1 month into the project, technician consistently report assigned tasks during daily briefings. What should the project manager do? Mandate additional training sessions for the entire team, reassign the technician task to another team, discuss the technician's difficulties during the next stakeholder, schedule a one-on-one meeting with the team, understand what difficulty he's seeing and what support he needs. Oh my god, let's see what will be the result. Oh god. Hmm. Software development project. The project manager notices that various projects have different priorities and methods leading to inconsistency and delays in project. Realizes the need for a unified approach to streamline the process and improve collaboration among the team members. What is the course of action for the project? Ensure consistent progress across all teams. Conduct a workshop to align all team members on the. Okay, okay, yes. Because the problem is with the methods and the way they are prioritizing, so we need to align the all team members on the project objective and establish a shared methodologies. Mm. Okay, we need to understand the situation, right? Okay, develop an informal assessment. That confirm the team's readiness to manage the updated infrastructure. No integratedness. The project may receive several requests for additional potential payment. Integrate the feature request into the project change management process. Okay. Okay. Change and convene with the steering committee for prioritization. Okay. We can't ask for the business case, right? Okay. Speak with the developer to determine the form of report they would consider the most meaningful. Okay. Speaking with the developer, form recognition that acknowledgement is both personal and meaningful. Recognition tailored to the individual preference enhances the motivation, reinforcing positive behavior, and shows respect for their unique contribution. This approach also promotes a culture of appreciation, boost overall team morale. Okay, so it's complete. The takeaways: if a person has done something extraordinary, then we need to speak with that person to ask them what form of reward they want. And if there are change requests from the stakeholders, we need to put them in the change management process and ask the steering committee for prioritization, and develop and administer a formal assessment, because this way we would be able to know that the knowledge transfer is effectively done. Confidential discussion with the team member. Okay.